Hi Bethlehem, this is Pastor Paul. This past Sunday we continued our sermon series entitled Kingdom Stories as we have looked at a few of the parables of Jesus. Now remember, a parable is simply a short story that illustrates a truth. And in the case of Jesus, Jesus told parables to illustrate truths about the kingdom of God. But for us to really understand their meaning requires work. It means that we have to think about the story. We have to ask questions about it. We have to, at points, put ourselves into the story. We have to pray about it. And in this way, we learn the deeper truth or the main point that Jesus is trying to make, and then we can apply it to our lives. Now, this past Sunday, we looked at two parables that Jesus told back to back in Luke chapter 14. And they deal with counting the cost of being a disciple. So Luke chapter 14, starting with verse 28. But don't begin until you count the cost. For who would begin construction of a building without first calculating the cost to see if there's enough money to finish it? Otherwise, you might complete only the foundation before running out of money, and then everyone would laugh at you. They would say, "There's the person who started that building and couldn't afford to finish it." Or what king would go to war against another king without first sitting down with his counselors to discuss whether his army of 10,000 could defeat the 20,000 soldiers marching against him? And if he can't, he will send a delegation to discuss terms of peace while the enemy is still far away. So you cannot become my disciple without giving up everything you own. See, at this time, Jesus has a large crowd following him. They follow him to listen to his teaching. They follow him to see his miracles. But Jesus isn't just interested in gathering a large crowd. No, he wants people who will truly follow him, who will truly be his disciples, who will truly seek to be like him. And so he tells them that, hey, in order to truly be my follower, there's a cost involved. It's going to cost at times your family. It's going to at times cost you your life. You have to make me your top priority. And that brings me to a question. What is the cost you have paid to follow Jesus? In the United States, that's often a hidden cost. It's not as obvious as persecution. It's not as obvious as having our family disown us. But there is a cost involved. What has it cost you to follow Jesus? Has it cost you your pride? Has it cost you a hobby? Has it cost you your changing your values? Has it cost you your set of friends? What has it cost you to follow Jesus? I want you to think about that question this week. And remember this. This is the big idea. To follow Jesus requires a total commitment. A total commitment. Jesus says that we must pick up our cross and follow him. What Jesus is saying is that to follow him means to sacrifice our life, sacrifice our desires, our will, our goals, and bring them under the will of Jesus. So here's our challenge this week. Our challenge, because two ways we can do this. Our challenge is to think about tithing, giving 10% this week, or setting aside a day for Sabbath, a day to totally focus on Jesus. Hey, thanks for watching Bethlehem. I hope to see you on Sunday at 10:30. Thanks, and have a great week, and I'll see you then. God bless.